We're back here at West End's campus. I'm going to let this gentleman introduce himself at this time.
I'm Derek Sewell, the head football coach at West End High School. This is year one, and we're ready to get going.
Now, Coach, we came out here and did a one-on-one with you when you took the job, and we talked about a whole lot of things. And I know you had a vision for this place, and these players that just left out of here talked about that vision. What have you learned about this group since you've had your hands on, not only in the weight room, but on the practice field as well?
Man, there's a blue collar mentality, and that's got to come from somewhere. So I'm saying that that's coming from their parents, that's coming from this community. Man, they work, and as coaches, we can put hard work out in front of them, and they're going to do it. But what I'm beginning to see in this group is they're beginning to take that hard work and then compete. That's the standard we're trying to set for them, is to learn to compete with everything we do. That way on Friday night, it's a natural thing to compete. But man, I'm excited. We had an incredible spring. We've had good attendance, good participation this summer. And you saw today, I mean, there may not be a lot of them, but man, they're working hard. And we're finding guys, because of their work ethic, that are going to be able to help us. And maybe they came out with the notion that maybe they weren't going to be able to. But we've got some guys that, because of the way they respond, are going to be able to help us.
You was very successful at your last stop at Raglan. A lot of wins that actually turned a pretty good team to a really good team. Mm-hmm. And I know your expectations are going to be the same to do that here. What are some of the hurdles that you think you got to get over first? Some of the big ones that you got to work on first.
Right, and no fault of anyone. There just hasn't been a lot of recent success.
Yeah.
So it's establishing what it takes to be successful. Right. A lot of times people think you're just supposed to win, and they don't understand what goes into it. At Raglan, those kids weren't so far removed from seeing the 10 and 11 win seasons all the time. What we had to get to there was, okay, you saw those wins, but here's what went behind those wins. And once they bought into that, it began to, kind of get back headed in that direction. And that's the same thing here. They've just got to learn what it takes to earn a win. And they've got to make sure that they're, we've set those standards, and our expectation is, okay, let's meet those standards. And if we're meeting those standards, then we'll be able to get back to that place where West End is a consistent winner. That's right. And that's what we want to build, is just consistency, and just that. This place has always been known for that tough mentality. Hey, you're going to come up and strike you. You're going to come up and run the football at you. And yeah, people can debate philosophies, but that's where we want to get back to. Because when I think about and look back on the history of West End, when I look at those teams in the 90s and early 2000s, there was something common between them all, and it was blue collar. Let's run it at you. Let's make sure we stop the run. That's where we want to get back to.
Now, you and I talked, off camera about this several times. The upgrades in this place has been phenomenal so far, and it's just getting started. Can you talk about those at this time? Yeah,
I mean, when you go back to this community is bursting at the seams to be invested here. And so, my biggest thing, and I've learned it from, coaches who have came before me and that I look up to now, with the Coach Benefields, the Coach Howard at Spring Garden, Coach Nix at Pleasant Valley, Coach Morris that was at Gaston. This weight room is crucial to what we want to do. And so I just felt like when the kids walk into that weight room, they need to see something that is important. It's new, it's updated. We were definitely behind the people on our schedule as far as where we train and how we train. So that has been big. We've had people, that's a 30,000 plus upgrade down there. And only 10,000 of that was a grant. So we had people who were invested in this community, invested in these kids' lives, that just wanted to be a part of making it happen.
That's going to make change for a long period of time.
Absolutely. And that was the biggest thing, is we could have spent that money in other places, but I felt like that had to be the foundation of where we started from.
Well, they actually were bragging on it and how they look forward to it, and when they leave out of there, feel like they've done more now. So that's huge.
Right.
Now, there's other things coming as well. Do you want to talk about some of those, like we just mentioned here?
Yeah. So in the field house, we've got a couple of alumni who are interested in, getting this place to where it needs to be. Again, most places you walk into, especially 2A, doesn't have a theater room where they can watch film and have team meetings. So we've got some paint projects going on. we're going to try to get some wall wraps in here just to kind of get this place up to where when a kid walks in it, it's special to be a football player at West End. And we want to teach them, because again, it's more than just the wins and losses. I want to teach these young men how to take pride in something and to learn how to keep it up, to keep it clean, and to make sure that we're presenting ourselves in the right way.
Now, you had your hands on these guys in the spring, and you got to see them on the field with on-the-field action. Heading into this summer, what was a couple of the absolute goals that you wanted to hit, that you had to get done this summer to prepare you guys heading over to fall?
Right. Well, just right off the bat was just knowledge of what we do offensively and defensively. Most of these kids have a good base knowledge of football, which is big, because you go some places and
not so much.
They don't have that. So, but we just wanted to make sure we understood not just plays, but our schemes and our goals within inside of what we're doing. So we made great gains with that in the spring. We've made gains with that this summer. And the good thing about Dead Week is this week we're spending a lot of time on film, on the board, making sure we really break down those things we want to be good at. When we're defined, we've got to be defined as being able to do these things well. So we've spent a lot of time on that this summer. Everything else builds off of those things, and we've got time to develop as the season goes.
Self-evaluating yourself here, how far along do you think you are? Do you think you're about on pace where you need to be? Or?
Yeah, me as the head coach and now stepping back into play calling duties, I'm always going to be beating myself up. And at this point in the summer, really, in my opinion, defense is always ahead. I think we're at a good place defensively. And look, you can look at scores over the past few years, and that's just been a struggle. And it's not anybody's fault. It was just that way. And people, teams, and programs go through that. But I was really proud of the way we come out of the spring game. I felt like defensively we had a mentality about us, a little bit of that carrying a swagger. And now it's just a matter of, with offense, it's so relational. It's so reps. And defense is too, but the more reps we take, the more comfortable we'll feel offensively. And then with me as the play caller, I'm never going to feel real comfortable. I'm always going to feel like we can improve. Man, the coaches we brought in, man, I'm excited. We have quality guys. They're good guys. I would let my son be with them. So they're good men, but they're good coaches too.
Now, heading into the season, we've had a lot of the COVID protocols lifted and things like that. And bless the Lord for that. I know COVID's not went away, but some of the protocols have. What does it feel to you as a head coach to have some of that lifted and a little bit of normalcy heading into everything?
Right. Well, COVID did teach us a lot of things, and there's some things from the protocols that you realize, hey, these are good. We'll kind of continue to roll with those as far as making sure we're sanitizing and stuff like that. But it does feel more normal. I have felt more normal spring and summer than I did all of last year. Right. One of the things it does, and in small rural communities with, these kids, they've got to go work and do stuff. And we understand when you have to miss for work and stuff like that. But it's taken away a lot of the excuses, that's right, which you can go back to holding people accountable. Because that's one of our things here. We're going to hold each other accountable. So it is nice to be able to breathe in, feel normal, not have to wear masks when we're out here in the 90-degree heat with 100% humidity, and I think for the kids, they're just excited. It's like they've been, released. Right. And, we have to be careful. I understand, there's some things going on and kicking back up with it. And we want to promote, making sure we're being safe. But it is a blessing to have some of that relieved off of us.
Let's fast forward. Let's Michael J. Fox's thing here in the DeLorean. Moments before you take the field against Susan Moore. And I know you just got through saying you always second guess yourself, but what do you think's going to be going through your mind knowing that this is your team, to put in all this work, and this season's about to start?
Right.
You head out on the field.
The biggest thing I always go through is, have I done everything I could do to prepare them? Because they're going to play the game. So that's where a lot of have I done enough to prepare these men, these young men, to go out and execute mentally, physically, be able to control their emotions rightly. So it's not as much about me in those moments as about, okay, are they ready? And then there'll always be that added when you're at a new place of, what does some of these kids look like when the lights come on? So there'll be some good evaluation early on in that first game. But my biggest thing will be, have we prepared them? And the thing I know about this staff is, and I told the kids this today, they're going to be prepared mentally, physically, to do what they've got to do. There's no doubt in my mind. Now it's just, can we take that and compete?
Now, Coach, before we shut this down, I kind of want to turn it back over to you to talk to the people of the community. Anything you'd like to say to the people who's put in effort, time, and money to help grow this thing and your vision at this school?
Right. I mean, the community, you guys have been overwhelming. The support, just the giving of your time, your resources. And look, even the people that have come up and just said, hey, Coach, I'm for you, I'm behind you. That means the world. Not just to me, but for these kids, because anything you do for this place, it's not for Derek Sewell. It's for the kids of West End that are in this school, that are playing in these programs. And it's just overwhelming at the amount of support. And it is, if it hasn't been said to you personally, it is appreciated. And I know I still haven't met everyone in this community. I hope to get to do that. We hope to see you at our games. And again, I'm available, and I'm proud to be a Patriot.
Coach, we really appreciate you. It's a very special place, and a lot of really good things is going on out here. And honestly, man, it feels like home when I come out here, because I've grew up watching this program, and my cousin played out here, and he's a really good football player. And I appreciate you inviting us out.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime. Thank you for what y'all do.
Thank you, sir. All right, as you can see, we're here in West End, Alabama, at West End High School, and I'm going to let these gentlemen introduce themselves at this time.
My name's Jacob Humphrey, senior, West End, and I play offensive, defensive line.
I'm Tyler Jones. I'm a junior and play quarterback.
Thad Pierce. I'm a junior and I play receiver and cornerback.
Ashton Self. I'm a senior, and I play.
You go ahead, brother.
All right. I play defensive line and offensive line.
There you go. We'll start right back over here. This season obviously looks different than last season. At this point last season, we didn't know if we was going to have a season with COVID and the restrictions and spacing and cleaning. It was totally different. How much more normal has this season been for you guys so far to this point?
With the whole new coach staff, it's a lot different. When this is my first year at this school, and it's just different for all of us. But I think we've adapted and changed for the better.
It's definitely different. I think we're more prepared this year because we've had, all off season, all summer to get right and get in shape and learn the playbook and all that kind of thing.
You also had an ACL injury last year.
I did, yes, sir.
I remember that.
Yes, it feels way better than it did last year. We've had a lot more time to work hard and learn everything that the new coaching staff brought in. So,
no doubt.
Yeah, it's been good adapting to the new coaching staff, and I feel like we've been able to get a lot more done in the weight room without having to wear the mask, and get a lot better than we were able to during COVID.
I want to ask you guys an individual question at this point. When you met Coach Sewell for the first time, what was your thoughts when he gave out his vision of what he wants from you guys?
I could definitely see that he had a good vision for us, and I felt like he was going to do good with us.
Well, it was a lot different because we used to run spread offense, and he likes to run the ball. Mm-hmm. So we're doing a lot of adjusting. So.
No doubt.
From the first day, I could tell, he was going to be real invested in us, and I like that. I like that about him.
Ain't no doubt about that.
I like him. He puts us to work, and that's what we need to be better. And you can't go wrong with that.
Now, you guys talked about the transition with a new. Anytime you bring in new staff, it's challenging. And with the limited number of practices you guys have had, how far along do you guys think you are at this point? Are you guys picking it up, or how's it coming along so far?
I think we're doing fairly well with the whole new play style we're running. It's just practice, but I think we'll do good with it.
No doubt. You being quarterback's got to be a little more challenging for you than most.
Yeah, I'm learning a lot of new different things, but I think we're picking it up. Of course, we need to do some more studying and getting film a lot and learn playbook a little better, but I think we're coming along.
We've definitely came a long way since the first day he's been here.
No doubt.
Absolutely.
I feel like I've adapted, and my fellow offensive line has adapted a lot to the new playbook, and I feel like we're getting it pretty good.
Another thing I noticed that was fantastic looking was the new weights. You got more coming. You got a lot of new things coming, but talk about those new racks and how much different it feels in that weight room now.
Oh yeah, it's a lot more. It's a lot better. The new bars, our old bars, they were kind of rusty and it was just real nasty. You get dirt on your hands and stuff. And these new weights, they're a lot nicer.
That's right.
They're a lot easier to hold.
No doubt.
It's just you just feel better walking in the weight room and all that new equipment.
You don't have to get a shower when you leave.
That's right.
It's 100 times better from our old weight room. Like, I think we can be more efficient that way too.
I mean, y'all look good today when I watched you work out.
Just walking in there and seeing how nice it is just makes you want to work harder.
No doubt. Now, something I've noticed the last couple of years, man, you guys have been right there knocking on the door. I know you said this is your first year here, but expectations you have for yourself this year, I mean, what are some of those?
Just try to better myself, just be more quicker, stronger, and just get a better vision of the field on defense and offense.
You look like a guy that's not happy till you put pads on. Is that true? You look like you already knocked somebody out. Go ahead.
Yeah, I can't remember the question.
Expectations for yourself this year.
I think we're a good team. I think we can make the playoffs first of all, and then see where we can go from there.
No doubt.
I think we can definitely compete with every one of our opponents this year.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Oh, yeah, like Dad said, we have a good chance of competing with every one of our opponents. And my goal for this year is just to do better than I did last year, compete with myself.
That's right. Get better every day, every year. Now, let's fast forward the clock. You guys opened with Susan Morgan, correct?
Yes, sir.
Last year, you guys actually beat them, which is a huge, because I believe the year before they went to like third or fourth round or something crazy. But let's fast forward the clock. Moments before you walk out to play those cats, what do you think is going to be going on in your head?
It's just, the chills and
That's right.
walking out and in the line. There's nothing better than it.
That's
I'm
right.
getting chills right now. I'm just thinking
That's when
about
you know
it.
you love it.
That's my favorite part about it.
Absolutely, man, that build-up.
I'm thinking we repeat what we did last year. We had great energy, confidence going into that game, and I think we won every down.
There you go.
Won.
I think we'll definitely be nervous, but there's nothing better than stepping out on the field for the first game and
No doubt.
strapping up and going out to play.
It's don't get no better.
I think we're all looking for it. I'm looking for it. I like hitting.
I can tell.
I like
Before we shut this video down, I like to do something, man. You guys, you got a microphone. Everybody's listening and watching now. What's it mean to the fans and the people of this community that support you guys? And what would you like to say to them about this upcoming season?
We appreciate all the support. If it wasn't for y'all, we wouldn't have the new weight room. We wouldn't have all this new stuff coming. We just greatly appreciate it. And I think it will make us better in the long run as a school and the facility that we're getting. And we appreciate it.
Yeah, keep investing in us because we're going to do all we can to represent the community well.
No doubt.
Like, we wouldn't be here without them, with all their donations and hard work they've put into this organization. So, yeah.
Yeah, like all of them, they pretty much said it. We wouldn't be here where we are without them. A good, great booster club and community backing us, behind us.
That's right. Well, man, we've followed you guys since Average Joe started, so this year will be no different. Hopefully we'll get some of you guys in on Monday nights at Sparks. Get you some pizzas and some T-shirts. But I appreciate each and every one of you guys, and good luck this season.
Thank you.
Thank you.